am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
Happy Psychology Week.
Thank you.
This year's theme is all about focusing on self-care.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I guess for us to be able to offer the best care we can to our clients, we need to make sure we're looking after our own mental health.
Yep.
So it's focusing on things that we can do to preserve that for ourselves.
And that's important. You guys do some pretty pressured special work, so looking after yourself is very important.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So why did you study psychology? Like, what interested you in it?
I love this question.
My interest actually came from a fascination with, I guess, behaviour and cognition with people, and I guess how unique everybody is, and I guess what makes people tick as well. But to be honest, my initial interest was in the forensic space. So obviously when I was younger, or still now, I really enjoyed shows, the crime shows that have the forensic psychologists on them and all that kind of thing. So I guess that's kind of what initially got me into it.
You're a podcast girl, aren't you?
I certainly am.
True crime.
I
I had a
certainly
feeling.
do.
I had a feeling. What do you find the most rewarding about your job?
I love meeting people, all kinds of people, interesting people. But I think the most rewarding part is when we're going through therapy, we can encourage people to actually see the small wins that they're making throughout therapy and just in life in general. And also in terms of assessments and things like that, is being able to advocate for people to get the support that they need so that they can, have good quality of life and well-being, and are provided with the means to be able to do that as well.
Yeah, there you go. On the flip side, what would you say would be the most challenging part of being a psychologist?
So the most challenging part is probably the emotional toll it can take. So obviously as psychologists, we're not immune to mental health concerns. And it's really difficult sometimes to, I guess, go through the motion with people in therapy and not take on a lot of what's going on for them. So that's probably the most difficult part. I would say.
Well, you set me up for my next question around self-care. How do you practice self-care as a psychologist?
Self-care for me is obviously trying to relax at home. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to switch off and unwind after a big day at work. But some of the ways that I do that, I ride a motorcycle, so I often go on long rides out into the countryside.
I did not know this about you.
The other things that I do, I have a friend who is a yoga instructor who's just done a yoga therapy plan up for me. So
that's cool.
I'm trying to get into that a bit too, just to help me relax in the evenings. And music's probably one of the biggest ones for me. So I play guitar, so obviously I focus a lot of time into that. And I also sound engineer on the weekends for a band.
All right, so emotional labour, I've heard a little bit about it, plays into the theme of Psychology Week this year. What's it all about? Tell us about emotional labour.
Yeah, so emotional labour is when sometimes when we're going through difficult conversations or hearing difficult things that we're discussing with clients, and sometimes our emotion on the inside is different to what is best for us to display on the outside. And obviously that takes a lot of effort to be able to do that sometimes, because if we're reacting how we actually feel, sometimes it may not be good for the client or good for the relationship you have with them.
How does emotional labour impact your working life, do you think?
I think emotional labour impacts it in a sense that it really makes the fact that we need to have good self-care stand out. And I think that it also highlights the importance of the things I was talking about before, like peer supervision, and obviously giving yourself the space to, I guess, reconcile the stuff that's sort of going on for you. So I would say that it's probably that just highlights that need for self-care.
And always checking in. Alrighty, so now the fun part, we're going to play True Truths and a Lie. Give us 2 truths and we've got to pick the lie.
Okie doke. First one, I represented Australia in karate when I was a teenager.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you may have mentioned this before.
I was born in Sydney, And my next one would be, I used to be a body piercer.
Oh.
Okay. Can we ask questions on the questions? Have we ever asked this before, Lazz? Is that cheating?
Yes, we have. Oh, no, we haven't asked questions, no.
No. Okay, well, let's just... Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
What are you guessing? What's
I'm
the
going
lie?
to say the karate.
You weren't born
Oh.
in Sydney. No, you
Yeah.
can't change, Larry.
Mm.
You weren't born in Sydney. You were born in Newcastle.
No, Travis.
Am I telling you the answer?
Yes,
Yeah.
what's the answer?
Okay.
What's the answer?
So I wasn't born in Sydney.
Yes!
I was actually born in Perth.
Oh, wow.
And the other two things are true.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. That's super cool. Oh, there you go, Larry. Victory for me. I finally
About
caught
time.
up in the Two Truths and a Lie.
Have you guys been keeping score?
Oh,
No,
we always
we play-
say that one's up and one's down, but
Yeah,
I
right.
don't
I always
know.
win.
Oh, he thinks he does. I let him
Just
win.
let him
today.
have it. Let him have it.
Let him have it. let
That's
him
that
have
emotional labour again.
it. That's right. That's right.
One more cat for me.
Well, thank you, Kyriann.
Thank
Carpool's
you.
always
Welcome.
fun and so much fun with you.
Thanks for
coming
having
on.
me. Thank you.
Enjoy Psychology Week,
Thank you, I will.
and we'll come to you with all of our psychology forensic needs.
I love that.